You know, what's interesting because I've always had the ability to just shift on a dime, right? So my
Mm.
wife will tell you this. Unfortunately, she doesn't love it, but I watched a documentary called Forks Over Knives, and it was a Tuesday night, and on Wednesday morning, she woke up to her husband being a vegan for a year, right? It was just like cold turkey vegan, right? And then,
Wait, cold turkey, pun intended?
yeah,
Fair.
no turkey vegan, I should say. Um, and like, so when I read the book Extreme Ownership, right, immediately afterwards, I was like, I'm never going to do that again, right? Any problem is my fault, right? And what the shift that did take me a little while is actually believing it was my fault as opposed to just saying it was my fault. That took a little time. But I've always been kind of had the ability to see something and say like, that's it. I mean, what a great story from one of my favorite books, The Infinite Game. It's kind of like our genesis of Neo. Simon Sinek talks about how Steve Jobs and Apple, they were fully committed to this operating system and millions and millions of dollars invested. He went to go see IBM and they created the mouse, right? Prior to that, you had to like know how to type your way through a computer. And he saw the mouse and he went back to his board and he's like, we're scrapping the entire thing. Like this is the future. And they're like, you kidding me? Like, it's going to bankrupt the company. He's like, I'd rather bankrupt the company myself than have our competitors do it. And like, he just saw it and he was decisive around it. And I think that's one of the things that I like to try and continue to practice is decisiveness, right? Like, if I see it, it should be like a hell yes or hell no. And if it's a hell yes, we're just going to go, right? We're not going to mess around and slow play it for a year or maybe it to death. So I think to your question, I've had that ability to